Live, there we go. Okay, so objective today is solving and graphing inequalities. Okay, the word inequalities, it's got the inequalities. When you see the word that inequalities, what we're talking about is greater than or less than or greater than or equal to. So we're talking about those symbols, okay? Inequalities. One side's bigger than the other side, or one side's smaller than the other side. They're not equal, they're unequal, right? Or inequality, okay? So if we take a look at example 1, these should be pretty easy. Think of this as an equal sign for now. So I'm just going to go, plus 3, right? And I'll get x is less than negative 1. Okay? So, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 2. Okay? And you don't have to put all of the numbers down on a number line, but put some. I'll say that again. You do not have to put all the numbers down on the number line. Put some, though. Obvious, we're in high school. I know you know the next numbers 5, 6. You guys okay with that? So to graph this, it's going to be an open circle. It's going to be an open circle at negative 1. And if I read this, it's less than, isn't it? So everything less than negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So I shade. And I darken the arrow. I like to darken the arrow because it's less than. I need the whole entire thing. So I darken the arrow to show that it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. Okay, number 2. Okay, same type of thing. I'm going to solve. H is on the right-hand side, so let's get rid of the negative 3. So I'm going to go plus 3 to get rid of it, and plus 3. So I get 0 is greater than H, but we need to read it backwards. So it's really H is less than. That's right. Read it backwards. H is less than 0. So let's put 0, 1, 2, negative 1. I don't need all of the numbers. And to go less than, I'm going to open circle at 0. And it does. If I read it backwards, is H is less than. So I shade everything less than. Okay. And I put all those. Because that includes all of the numbers. And there's a whole lot of them that are less than 0, right? Okay, 3. I'm not a real big fan of the double negative things. It irritates me, so I just fix it. If I have a double negative like that, it's really s plus 1 is greater than equal to 2. I think this is a middle school thing they do, and I don't like it, but we're stuck with it, so we'll fix it, okay? Nobody really ever writes subtract a negative, okay? We just make it a double negative makes a plus, okay? We'll solve. We'll go plus 1, s is greater than equal to 1. All right, 0, 1, 2, 3. It's got to be greater than or equal to. So this time we're going to make my point at 1 solid, so it shows that I include the value of 1 and everything greater than that. So I just shade everything greater. Okay. How am I doing? Does this seem pretty easy? Good. This should be an easy lesson for you today. Okay, now before I do anything, I'm going to tidy this up. I know that 6 subtract 9 is a negative 3. So I'm going to tidy it up first. 6 minus 9 is negative 3. Tidy it up first, and then I'm going to solve. Plus 3, I have u is less than positive 1. Because I've got a negative 2 plus 3 is 1. And I'll go ahead and just put those in here. Again, I don't care if you put all of the numbers on the number line. You can if you want to. I just need the important ones, right? So at positive 1, I'm going to put an open circle. And it says less than. You guys agree? So I'm going to shade everything less than 1, which is all of that. How am I doing? Okay, number 5. Well, I got to tidy it up first. So before I tidy it up, I'm going to go ahead and put these two together. A 4c minus 3c makes a 1c, so I have a 12 less than or equal to a 1c plus 10. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to go and solve. Let's go minus 10, minus 10. I've got 2 is less than or equal to. Now 1c and c are the same thing. I'm going to rewrite this. Let's just see what I did. To save a step, 1c and c, same thing. And I did that because I'm done. Aren't I done? Right, because I could do a 1c and then divide by 1, divide by 1. That seems like a waste of my time, right? So just keep it as a c. And if I read this backwards, what's it say if I read it backwards? This says greater than, doesn't greater than or equal, right? So if you read it backwards, so I've got 0, 1, 2, and greater than or equal to is open circle, closed circle, because I've got the equal sign. And if it's greater than or equal to, it shades everything that way. And we have to shade it because we need to include all the answers. There's a lot of answers, so I shade it to include all my answers. Okay, 6, it needs some tidying up. It's got some problems. I'm going to put the p's together so I can make that a 1p. So I have a 15 plus 1p. And I'm going to tidy up what's on the right-hand side. I know 15 minus 2 is a 13. Okay, so I tidied it up. And now I'm just going to solve. I'm going to go minus 15, minus 15. And I have a 1p, but that's the same thing as p is greater than negative 2. You guys agree? Greater than? And I dropped the 1 just because I didn't really need the 1, because 1p and p are the same thing. So let's see, I got negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0. I don't need all of the numbers. You can put them all in if you want to. I just need the important ones in there. Open circle at negative 2. And I need everything greater than, right? So I shade everything that direction. How am I doing? Thumbs up, everybody? Awesome. Okay, turn the page. Okay. All right, so we've got a story problem that can be written as an inequality. So you have $15 to spend on groceries. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I can't spend any more than 15. Does that make sense? Cannot spend. So whatever I spend has to be less than 15, right? I have to spend less than 15, otherwise I'm out of money. Okay. You have $12.25 worth of groceries already in your cart. Right inequality represents how much more money. So I have my money plus my $12.25, right? This is how much I'm spending. This is how much money I can still spend. And it's got to be less than or equal to $15. Don't go over 15. You're going to have to put something back, right? So it's going to be less than or equal to 15, okay? Yes, Cass.
They also have to say 15 minus 12.25 must be greater than or equal to M.
Yes, that'll also work. Yep. Okay, so if I'm going to solve, go minus 12.25, minus 12.25. Cass, I'm not going to show that, but yes. So I'm going to get M less than or equal to, let's see, what is that? Is it a $2.25, right? 75 cents. Thank you. I was going to use a calculator. Thought I'd do it in my head, but I didn't do it in my head very well, did I, huh? So I've got $2.75 left to spend. Easy problem, right? So if you spend more than $2.75, gotta put something back, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. 8. Solve and graph. Now, if the equations are on both sides, let's do it like we did before. Okay. We're going to go minus 4x, minus 4x's, because we got x's on both sides. Remember the big old scale? It's like I've got 4 boxes here, 5 boxes here. If I take away 4 boxes, I better take away 4 boxes to keep it balanced, right? So if I take away my 4 x's, I'll have a 1x minus 5 is greater than or equal to, or greater than 10. I'm going to get rid of the 5 by going plus 5 plus 5. So I'll have a 1x, or an x is greater than 15. Okay, if I have to graph this, then that's going to be pretty easy. So you do not have to put down every number. So I might even do something like this: 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, don't put down every number. It'd be like redundant, don't you agree? And then greater than 15, open circle at 15. Everything greater than 15 goes that direction, okay? Okay, last but not least. All right, so this will make sense. I've got 3 boxes on one side, 4 on the other. If you take 4 from this side, you can't take 4 from this side without getting into negative boxes, right? So let's take away 3, take away 3. That makes more sense to me. So I'm going to go and take away 3 boxes, or minus 3x, and minus 3x from this side. So I'll have a 12 is less than a 1x minus 10. Plus 10 plus 10. I've got a 22 is less than 1x, which is x. But we're going to read it backwards. We're going to read x first. If we read x first, it says greater than, doesn't it? Doesn't it say greater than? You guys would not believe how many kids get this wrong because they don't read x first. You have to read the variable first and read it backwards. X is greater than 22. So for my number line, again, I don't need to put all of my numbers on my number line. So I might start with, say, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, because I am positive you guys know where 0 is on this number line, right? So I don't need to put it on there. We're smarter than that. So x is greater than 22 is an open circle at 22. I want everything greater than 22, so I shade that direction. Okay, what do you think?